Did you hear about the woman who said that she fell asleep for 12 hours? And by the time she woke up, she remembered living a completely different life for 7 years. And she had evidence that it was real. So this woman says she was a single and happy woman, living her life to the fullest. And one night she was about to go out with her friends, and she decided at the last minute that she didn't want to because she was tired. So she laid it on down in her bed to get some rest. And as soon as her head hit the pillow, she fell asleep, which was not normal because usually she was very restless with a lot going on in her mind. But this night, she drifted off to dreamland, and by the time she woke up, she was so rested, and she opened her eyes, but she looked around. Everything was different. And she was wondering, wait a minute, did I go out last night instead? Like, whose room is this? Like, she didn't recognize anything, but she was alone in bed. As she sat up, trying to understand what was happening, a man walked into the room. He looked at her and said, babe, you want strawberries and syrup on your pancakes? She was about to scream internally, like, who are you? But instead, her heart and her mind said, yeah, babe, both strawberry and pancakes, but make sure you only put syrup on the kids' pancakes, and I'll be out there in a minute. And he said, all right, babe. And he walked out. And she was like, what is going on? But still, internally, everything inside her just was on automation. She jumped up. She went to the restroom. She washed her face. She brushed her teeth. She put on her robe. She walked outside. And this whole time, her body's moving. Her mind is questioning, what's happening? What is this? Whose life is this? What is going on? Is this a dream? As soon as she walked outside to the kitchen, her 3 kids came running up to her, hugging her, calling her name, asking her to look at this. And just like autopilot, like this was the life that she had been living forever, she started wiping their little faces, fixing their coats, fixing their hair, then making sure that they have lunch, getting them together, ready for school, and sending them off with this man who was kissing her like he was her husband. And this whole time she's like, whose life is this? But she continues to live it. She gets dressed. She goes off to work. It turns out that she is a teacher and she knows everything that she's doing. And in her other life, she was nothing like that. But it's just, she doesn't even remember her old life, but she's feeling like something is off about this one. But she continues to take care of her family, take care of her kids, live with her husband, fight with her husband. They have birthdays. The kids start to grow up. She goes through some tragedies. Her husband helps her work through it. She loses weight, like the goals that she had. Like she is passionate about the things that's going on in her life and her children and her family, and watching all of this happen and being involved and growing with them. And all of a sudden, one night she's laying in bed with her husband and she's looking around and she gets a strange feeling again. Something compels her to get up. And she walks upstairs to the attic and she sees a strange door, and she somehow knows that behind that door is the answer to why she doesn't understand what's been going on for the past 7 years. And she doesn't know how to open the door. It doesn't even have a knob. It just has a keyhole. But all of a sudden she gets the idea, walks back to her bedroom, looks in the closet, and there's a key. She walks back upstairs to the attic, looks at the door, looks back outside the attic door, walks over, puts the key in. And she knows that once she puts that key in, things are going to change. But she does it anyway. She turns the key and whoosh, like a windfall of air comes rushing out at her. And at that moment, she wakes up. She's back in her bed from the first night when she woke up 7 years ago. But when she looks at the clock, it had only been 12 hours. Things are starting to look familiar. But then she's remembering her husband, her 3 kids, her job. She's remembering all the fun that she had with her friends, this entire life that she lives, and she don't understand. Was that a dream? But then she looks down at her wrist and she sees a bracelet her daughter made for her. And then she asks herself, is this life real, or was that one real?